All right, welcome back to All Things EVM. Here is my portfolio update. I'm going live on both X and YouTube right now. So I hope all of you who are watching along with me are having a great holiday season, getting into the Christmas spirit as we are. It's Christmas Eve as we're launching this video right now. And I just want to get into what's going on in my portfolio, guys. So we're going to do a total update. I've got new portfolios starting this week. I just threw a bunch into a new portfolio, and I'm excited to be talking about that in all of my things on all of my channels. So both in the X platform, you can find me at All Things ETH there, or All Things EVM, and then you can find me on YouTube at the same All Things EVM or All Things ETH. I think if you search either, it's going to show up because I used to be All Things ETH and now it's All Things EVM. So also want to mention the Yield Farming Co-op. I'll link the description below on that, but we have a couple things going on. First of all, we have a training program where you can learn how to do concentrated yield farming with your crypto. Put that crypto to work for you, especially in the EVM, Solana, Sui networks. Guys, we're talking about how to do concentrated liquidity farming to make sure you're getting some yield on your crypto as it grows. And then we also have an NFT program where you can buy into our NFTs, and then we yield farm with the proceeds from that and then give yield. Currently paying out 10% monthly on those NFTs, guys. So hop into that, and I'll link that in the description below. But then we also have the yield farming game, Farmer's Bounty, where you can get in, buy some plots on some land and put your basically buy seeds, which is a $1 per seeds, and then you can get into that as well. And I'll get into all these in the live stream before I end it here. But hopefully you're enjoying this crypto market, guys. We did have some capitulation over the last week. Let me clear my screen of anything I don't want to show you real quick here. Get into the charts. I'm just going to do a quick, real quick update on where we're at in the market right now. Bitcoin has come down significantly from the top. We had I believe a 15% drop over the last couple of days. Really almost a week now since Thursday of last week. It is Monday currently, December 23rd. But we went from almost 110,000 all the way back down to 92,000 just today. And BTC dominance is actually dropping. It's at 2%. 2% down today, where we on this way back up with that capitulation did back up to nearly 60% dominance on Bitcoin. Now it's dropping significantly as we're seeing alts gain traction today. Ethereum up 4%, which is fantastic. BNB up 6.5%. Solana 5.4, and Sui 4.14. Sui being the best performer out of all these. We did have a nice drop from all-time highs around 490 all the way back down, almost a 30% drop to 349. But currently, guys, we're back up to over about 450 currently. So these are major coins that I farm on a regular basis. Not BTC so much. I use that as more of an indicator, though I do have some exposure to BTC versus ETH in Aerodrome. Got definitely a lot of ETH, a lot of ETH Pendle pools, ETH OP pools, and a couple others that I'll get into. BNB, I'm farming against Near and Phantom right now on PancakeSwap. And then I've got some Sol USD pools as well as Sui USD pools that I'm farming constantly right now, because both Sol, a lot of volatility in Sol down quite a bit, guys. I think we went from the all-time high. We just set new all-time highs just a couple of weeks ago at 265, dropped all the way 33% back to $176, which is absolutely insane, and currently sitting at 190. Nice to see it getting back towards 200, though we have some solid resistance around $200, which is previous. Actually, right now we're breaking through some nice resistance here. So resistance zone really is from about 186 up to about 205. So look out for some volatility there. But let's get into the portfolios, guys. I do want to show you all that I've got going on. I want to talk about the Yield Farming Co-op and such, but my overall portfolio is mainly ETH heavy, guys. I've got some Eigenlayer, got some, just got the Odos airdrop, which was fun. But let's get into the meat here. A lot of my ETH is actually locked up in Silo in different wrapped ETH or restaked ETH. Easy ETH currently in Silo, wrapped ETH pool. Got some Silo locked up, making some rewards on that. Actually, this is paying out super well. I've got $74 in WETH rewards and $24 in Silo rewards from all this staking that I'm doing here. And then also I'm in the Pendle pool there. I got some METH on Mintrest on the Mantle network. If you haven't checked out Mantle, guys, I highly recommend it. Silo, again, on Optimism, got another 6.8 ETH there. Borrowing stables, this is my primary focus, guys, is dropping my ETH into these lending pools and borrowing up to half of that, or 0.5% of my liquidity or TVL that I've locked up in these lending contracts, and then borrowing those stables. That's half in stables basically, and then going to farm with these. So I'm not farming stable to stable. I'm actually farming a lot of volatile to volatile pairs. Right now I've got Pendle on Uniswap and Zero on Uniswap, waiting for these to get back into range. Didn't want to take any impermanent loss on these positions, so set them up well. Actually bought some more Pendle on the way down. Waiting for these to get back into range, but these are Pendle WETH pool and Zero WETH pool as mentioned before. Got another 3.6 on Aave of WETH there, and borrowing another 52.90 in USDC there, farming with that. Aerodrome, working that BTC to ETH farm. Need to rearrange this as now it's all in BTC, which not surprising on the day, guys, with BTC down 2% and ETH up like 5%. And then again, we've got some Pepe to wrapped ETH on Aerodrome, which I need to rearrange obviously as well. I've been really busy with, some of you know, I'm in, my primary gig is I'm a creative director at my church, fairly large church. Got a team of 5 that I work with, and we do a lot of cool stuff around Christmas. So been super busy there, but the rest of the portfolio looks like Avo. I've been farming this for a long time, guys. I used to make content for that platform. Unfortunately, they haven't performed quite as well, not nearly as well as Hyperliquid. I would love to see this make a turnaround and make a Hyperliquid type of run, but I just don't see that going to happen. Arrow is on its own superchain, so it's built on the Optimism superchain and is doing really well, making a lot of fees. And some of that trickles down to the stakeholders. I'm staking these Avo inside of the platform and making some Avo there. It doesn't show up in the rewards here, but I can go claim those if I want to. Staking some Mantle in the Mantle reward station. This is going to get me exposure to some Eigenlayer points as well as other platforms on Mantle network. I've got another pool on Aerodrome that's farming this new RFL token. It's not so new, it's a rebrand of a different platform that got hacked, and it's a conviction play for me, not financial advice, guys. Do your own research on Reflect, but I think they have some potential, especially being on Base and being on Aerodrome. Any token that's relaunched or launched on Aerodrome, guys, has great potential. They had a massive run recently. I bought in as it was coming down off of that run. I'm currently down significantly, to be honest with you, but I do think it's got a small market cap. It's one of those smart market cap plays that I'd like to play. So again, another, like I mentioned before, OP to WETH, farming that just with a little bit, mostly with just rewards that I've made through airdrops on the Optimism chain, as well as rewards from Silo. And then that's pretty much it. Oh yeah, I am staking my Cook airdrop that I got on the Mantle token. Cook is the governance token for the Mantle network. So that's the majority of the main portfolio. I do have some assets over on Solana, mostly in the Sol to USDC pools on Meteora here. And I'm way out of range on this, guys. This is pre-capitulation. I'm going to be turning my to Sol into USDC from the price of 225 all the way up to 270 and cashing out at that point, at least for the short term. May buy some Sol down here with a new portfolio that I'll talk about shortly. Let's see here. I've got this is my YFC Legacy portfolio. This is for the Yield Farming Co-op. I took out a small loan of $12,500 from PayPal actually on this. I'm 11 weeks or 12 weeks in paying that down. I have to pay back $260 every single week to this, but I'm making those fees in yield farming. And by the end of the year, after 52 weeks, guys, that $12,500 will absolutely be free and clear, paid off to PayPal, and I'll be able to continue to farm with those funds. And I just wanted to show how that works. I'm featuring that on my YouTube, but in a kind of high level regard, but then getting really down in the dirt detail on the YFC Legacy portfolio videos that we're featuring in school on the Yield Farming Co-op. So again, I'll get into the Yield Farming Co-op in a minute, but over there you do need to be a 49 Weeks to Freedom Challenge member to see this portfolio in detail. And so I won't show the ranges, guys, but making significant fees in all of these pools here. Got Near to Wrapped BNB, Phantom to Wrapped BNB, and Pendle to Wrapped ETH, as you've seen before. Another Pepe to Wrapped ETH pool here. And then stacking some funds in Aave as I take some profits. Did have a lot of profits in Near and BNB as well as Pendle and Phantom in this portfolio before we dumped, and I should have taken profits sooner on that. I was way more bullish getting into the Christmas season than I should have been, and just gonna be honest, man, I didn't take profits as soon as I should have. I'm going to be rolling these, especially the Near tokens, back into the LPs, possibly the Pepe as well. I'm taking profits on Pendle and Phantom very shortly, and Arrow as well. So that's the YFC portfolio, sitting at about $14,000 right now. I have seen this as high as $18,000, which is a bummer to see with that significant drop we saw in alts. It's not surprising since a lot of them took 30 to 40% drops, including Pendle. So lastly, guys, I have this brand new portfolio I just started funding today, and I'll be talking about this a little bit on the YouTube channel as well. But I'm farming USWE, which is on the base chain. It's a universal SWE or a bridged SWE token. That's making me significant fees right now. I've got the majority of this portfolio in that LP right now, as I'm very bullish on SWE and ETH. So if the SWE price goes out of range to the top, I'm just going to hold more ETH, guys, and that's fantastic. But also, if it takes a dip, man, I'm just going to sell some of my Arrow and buy some more. So it's time to be accumulating as much as possible, and I'm going to do that mostly with Arrow. And then I also have a small $2,000 wrapped ETH to Arrow pool that's just going to be accumulating rewards while I wait to find out what else I want to put into this. I will be dropping a lot more into this portfolio over the next couple of weeks in the holiday season here, guys. I'm just waiting for the best opportunities. Actually, I'm waiting for Coinbase to release a significant amount of the funds that I'm going to be funding this portfolio with, and excited to talk more about that. Well, let's get into the YFC program here. Yield Farming Co-op is on School. It's I believe it's wild. I'm just going to put the link in the description. I can't remember the exact URL, so it's on the School program. If you want to join in there, you can pay through School, but you can also pay through Go High Level, which is connected to our website. Link in the description below, guys. And then, so they've got two memberships here. We've got a $30 membership, which is a basic membership, gives you the first 8 courses of this class and a couple of live calls every single week with myself and the founder and the other admins that join us here, and just giving a ton of information away on how to farm in concentrated liquidity. We're making upwards of 12 to 15% every single month in crypto right now, just making concentrated liquidity positions, and that's just the fees, guys, not the appreciation. So doing quite well there. And I mentioned before that we have a NFT program, so let's look that up as well. So if I can get my, here we go, Yield Farming Co-op. You can go to, just search that on OpenSea, guys. And then we have these NFTs here. You pay 0.1 ETH for these, and we farm with the proceeds, and then whatever the dollar value is at the time of purchase is what we track. So currently 0.1 ETH is going to be about $343, I believe. And if you buy that, we'll farm with that for you, and then we'll return a 10% yield on that. So you would get essentially $34 back at the end of the month, considering your purchase of 0.1 ETH, which is pretty great. Hard to beat that, guys, especially if that's over, that's what, 120% on cash essentially. And we've been able to do this since November of last year. So even in somewhat of a bear market, we were in a bear market, especially from like March until about September, October of this year. And we're still able to pay out that 10% yield on these because we are able as a co-op to make 12 to 15%. A lot of that's accumulated in stables, and we can do some payouts through that, but also buy the dips with those stables and continue to grow our treasury. And we do offer a buyback program on these. If you don't like these or you haven't ROI'd within a certain amount of time, guys, we're willing to give you we'll buy them back from you, which is pretty impressive. You don't find that in many of these programs really at all. And then last but not least, I want to mention Farmer's Bounty, guys. Farmer's Bounty, let me see if I can, I'm actually going to log out. This is my personal login, and I want to just go to the top of this. So this is a gamified yield farming platform. It is a little bit Web 2 as you are depositing funds into the game, but we have some awesome metrics here. We're paying out different levels of yield here. So let me show you, if I can, where I don't think it says on the front page here, so I may have to log in to show you, but these are the different land options. This is to purchase land, so if you want to be a landowner, which honestly, the ROI on this is a little bit longer than what you're going to see with being a farmer. So let me actually log in real quick and show you what this looks like as a farmer. So here are the yields. If you purchase an enterprise farm, which is $1,000, you get 10% back per season. That's if you have a regular harvest. There's a couple different gamified levels of harvest that you can make. We'll talk about that in a second, but the base return is 10% on the enterprise farm, which is $1,000. Large farms cost you $500 in seeds, and that is 9.5% return at the end of the month. And you can take the funds out, guys. After 1 month, you can tell it to roll it over, or you can withdraw your funds. So it's not locked up like it is with NFTs, and that's why we wanted to launch this. The NFTs are obviously a little bit more locked up, and you're trying to ROI on that NFT, where with the yield farming Farmer's Bounty game, you're able to take those funds out after 30 days. So the family farm is $250, and the retirement farm, I believe, is $100. Let me look at this again. We have, yes, the land to purchase land there, and I believe, yeah, so $100 for retirement farm, $250 for family farm, large farm $500, and enterprise $1,000. Again, the yields are here, so 8.5% on that 100. If you buy a retirement farm, 9% on family. If you buy $250 in seeds, and then on up to 10% back on enterprise farm. So if you deposit $1,000 after 30 days, you'll get $100 on that, and on average. And there's a couple of variables, and you can look at the white paper here. You can go to farmersbounty.com, check out the different dynamics here. If I logged out again, there's a white paper section up here in the browser, but I'm currently enjoying this quite a bit, and I'm a landowner. So if you want to support the channel, guys, check out the land. If you buy a land plot, make sure to put it on the All Things EVM land. I have an enterprise land, a family farmland, and a retirement land. So my best recommendation is to go ahead and do that $1,000. Now, again, not financial advice, guys. Do your own research, but 10% back on your cash, right? So if you, and that's per month, that's not APR, that's monthly. So, and right now through the end of January, I'm going to be applying enhancers, which make sure that you don't get a bad harvest or the harvest that could make you no yield at all. There's a couple different variables. As I said, if you purchase the insurance, which is an extra cost, you will not get a withered harvest, which is a 50% harvest, or on a enterprise farm, it would be a 0.5% return. Or rather a 5% return instead of a 10% return. But with the enhancers that I'm offering for free on all farms, you will make sure that you don't get a 0% APR on, or a 0% for the month on your yield. So, and then after January into February, guys, if you have insurance on your farm, I will be continuing to give away the crop enhancers as well. So would love your participation here. Great place to get some return on cash, and do your own research, guys, though, because it is a volatile market, and overall these sorts of platforms are definitely anything in crypto is do at your own risk, right? Don't invest what you can't afford to lose. So with that, guys, I think that's all I wanted to cover today. Again, on this channel, I love being a part of all these different things that I do here, but mostly we focus on farming in my channel, and I hope that you're enjoying this bull run. Again, Merry Christmas to all of you, especially those who celebrate that, and we just want to thank you for your participation in this channel and following me on X if you're doing that as well. If you're not, check me out at All Things EVM or All Things ETH at X. And if you're on X watching this and haven't followed me on YouTube yet, search the same. I'll try to leave links in the description below for all of that I've talked about today. But until next time, guys, have a great week. Enjoy Christmas. Enjoy some time off if you get it. And God bless. Bye-bye.